everyone, and welcome back to the other side, and welcome to the second part of my Port Arthur video. Videos I should say, since there's two of them. So in this video I'm going to tell you guys what happened when I went on the ghost tour. So we were at Port Arthur for 2 days, and on the first day we just went around the whole site and for like most of the day, and on the next day we had a ghost tour which was at night, and it started at 8 o'clock, so it was pretty dark out already. So and it was absolutely freezing. That night I think I wore like 5 layers of clothing, like on the top, and it was like literally freezing. It was so cold. I've never been so cold in my life, but it was freezing and it was really spooky. And of course the first place that we went to in the tour was where they kept like the insane people, like the insane convicts. They had a place it was called the separate prison, and it was a prison for the convicts who were like mental and insane. So like the worst of the worst convicts were held in this prison. We started in that building, and let me tell you, we experienced something straight away as we got in there, because it was pretty creepy, and I noticed it and my mum noticed it, but I don't think anyone else in the group noticed it. There was only 6 of us in the whole group, 7 including the tour guide, but there were only six of us brave enough to brave the cold and all the like spookiness that is Port Arthur. Yeah, there were only 6 of us in the group. So like the whole time I was just like looking out for stuff and wanting to see something or hear something, and in the first place that we went to in the prison I heard some knocking, and at first I thought it was just like a clock ticking, like a tick 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 like of a clock, but it wasn't, because it wasn't in time like a clock would have been, or is I should say, but it was out of time, and it was like knocking like this, like that, a little, I don't know if you guys can even hear that, like that, except a little bit like more like out of time. But I don't know, it was kind of like that, but not really. But it was as the tour guide was speaking, and I could hear it coming from one of the cell blocks, because we were in the middle of the room, and then there was like cell block A, that side, and then this side was cell block B, and then this side was cell block C. So it was coming from like that direction, from one of the cell blocks. So I heard it like straight away, and at first like I said, I thought it was a clock, but it was out of time, and like the knocking was out of time. And I said to my mum, "Did you hear knocking in that room?" She said, "Yes, I heard it as well." So my mum and I both heard it, and it was so crazy because obviously I watch a lot of ghost shows, and it was so weird to like hear it in real life. Like I was like, oh my god, this is actually happening in the first room that we're in. Something is happening. Like that is just crazy. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. I know it's just like knocking, that it is not like a big of a deal, but I've never like experienced something like that, and it was crazy, and it was so cool. I wish I could have filmed it for you guys, but unfortunately you weren't allowed to film the tour. You were allowed to take photos. I didn't take that many photos. I will show them at the end of this video, because I only took like 4 or 5, because it was so dark where we went, and it was just like, so my camera's not very good, so it was like hard to pick up on the camera, but I did take some photos. So that's what happened in the separate prison. So it was pretty creepy. So I was kind of like creeped out. That was the first thing that happened, and then after that we went through the cellar, where it got even more creepier, because apparently it's not said to be true, but there's like stories that in the cellar that's where they did autopsies on the dead convicts. So it was a pretty spooky place down there, and I have photos of that. So I think I might show them now. So here are the good photos that I got of the cellar. It is a very spooky place, and I was terrified down there. Yeah, it was just a really creepy place, and there's this hole in the wall that is supposed to look like it's the face of a devil or something, and I have a photo of that. So I didn't get many photos, like I said, so those are the only ones that I really took that came out like okay. But yeah, so after the cellar we went to a couple of houses that like the workers lived in, because people lived here, like obviously like some people lived there, like families and stuff lived there. So the first house we went to, we didn't go in it, which I was kind of upset that we didn't go in it, because it was a house that had the nice spirits in it, that had the nice like friendly children like spirits, and it was like a happy like haunted house. So I wanted to go in there, but we didn't. We went into the next house, which of course had the evil like dark entity in it, and I definitely felt something in that house. I couldn't remember what the name of the house was, but it was very spooky, and it just had a weird feeling about it, and I just didn't like it at all. And I was so happy to get out of there. At first I didn't want to go in. I was like, no, I'm not going in this house because it just feels like something bad is there. And but I went in, and like the whole time I was just like looking around for something, like waiting to happen, but nothing happened, which I was kind of happy about, because it's like a dark entity and I didn't want anything to happen. But I was just like on edge the entire time we were in that house. I forget what it was called, but it was so scary, and just like I never want to go in there again, like at night time. It was so scary. So after that we went to our last location, which was the church, and the church was actually, I think it was burnt down. Like most of it is still got some like ruins of it is there, but most of it is kind of burned down, because I think there were like fires there like ages ago. So most of it was burned down, but because like I said, there was fires, and yeah, so nothing really happened in there because it was mostly open and we were like mostly outside in that part. So I did get a kind of spooky photo of the church though, so I'll put that up here for you guys. So but yeah, so that was kind of just like a quick run through of what went on our ghost tour. I would definitely recommend it. It's really good, and it's really spooky, and it was just a really good time. And they have a paranormal investigation thing that you can do, and I really want to do that, even though I'd probably be terrified the whole time, but I would be so interested in doing that. It is $85, but I think it would be worth it because it would be so cool. So I'm actually going to end this clip now and start a new clip, because I feel like this is going to go on forever, because I want to show you guys merchandise that I bought whilst we were at Port Arthur. So I'll be back with you guys in just a sec. Okay, so I am back, and I had to have a drink as well because I was starting to lose my voice by the end of that clip. So I'm going to show you guys what like merchandise I bought at Port Arthur. So, well, mainly really what my mum bought, because she did buy it for me. But so first off, I of course had to get a stubby holder. So this is what the stubby holder looks like. It just says Port Arthur, Tasmania, Port Arthur Penitentiary, and it just looks like that. I'm gonna have a drink. Need to get a new one. Almost finished. I've almost finished my drink. So that's the first thing I got, and then I got this little tin thing. And obviously this is supposed to look like what like the convicts had their like meals in. And it just says property of Port Arthur Prison, unlisted number. I'm not going to drink out of this because obviously it's really small. I'm just going to like put it out like on display in my room. So I just thought it was really cool and I really liked it, so I got that. And then I also got this Port Arthur Historic Site bag, which just says Port Arthur Historic Site. And it's got a picture, and then it says the Australian Convict Experience, and then just the phone number. So yeah, and this was like $2. I think this was $10, no, maybe $5, and then this was $6.50, I think. So but yeah, so that is all the stuff that I got at Port Arthur. So I'm definitely going to be using this bag. I'm losing my voice and been talking too much. But yeah, so I am going to go now. Sorry I kind of like rushed through it. I didn't want this video to be too long, so that's kind of why I like did that, so sorry about that. But I would definitely recommend the ghost tour at Port Arthur. It is like, it's a really good time, and you hear some really interesting stories. And oh, there was just a big loud crash then. Don't know if you guys heard that. You probably did. But anyway, so I am going to go now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Alright, bye guys.